Hey everybody, it's me, English teacher Matthew, and I'm back with another video. Hey everybody, if we haven't met before, my name's English teacher Matthew. I am a qualified English teacher from the southeast of the United Kingdom, and I'm here to help you improve your English. In today's video, we're going to look at some grammar. Oh hey. And today we're going to look at one word, and that word is unless. Maybe you've seen this word before because we can use this word in conditional sentences instead of using if. Today we're going to look at 3 different ways we can use this word. Like I said in previous videos, if you haven't watched my previous videos, you should really do that. If you do really want to do that, then make sure you press the subscribe button to see more free English learning content. But today we're going to look at the word unless, and like I said, it's a good idea to watch it more than once, maybe 2 or 3 times, just so you get the gist of it, you understand it well, and also use the comments to practice, because I do regularly check the comments every now and again, and I check to see if you have made some good sentences using the word unless. So this is a good word you can include into your vocabulary to make your English sound much more natural. But anyway, let's get into today's lesson. Okay everyone, let's start today's lesson. We're going to look today at the word unless. And we're going to look at these 3 sentences. Notice we can begin the sentence with unless, but we need to put a comma between the 2 clauses. This is the unless clause and this is the other clause. But also we can put it in the middle of our sentences as well. It doesn't really matter, so you could say you can't go unless you've been invited. So you could just tag that onto the beginning and then you don't need the comma. But if you put the unless at the beginning of the sentence, make sure you have the comma to split the 2 clauses. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So this first one, maybe you've already seen because I've already read it out. It says, unless you have been invited, you can't go. So this unless here, basically, it means if not. Okay, so you could say if you haven't been invited, you can't go. Okay, so we sometimes use unless instead of saying if and then a negative word in the if part. So I can think of some other examples we could use for this one. For example, you could say, unless you take an umbrella, you will get wet. First conditional. So you could say, if you don't bring an umbrella, you will get wet. If you don't bring an umbrella, you will get wet. Unless you bring an umbrella, you will get wet. Okay? So this unless means if, not. Yes? Negative if. So that's one. Let's look at this second one, okay? Because this second one is also interesting. It says, don't tell her unless she asks. Okay? Don't tell her unless she asks. So this one here, this unless here, means except if. Right? Except if. So it means don't tell her anything, but if she asks, you can tell her, okay? Don't tell her anything, but if she asks, you can tell her. And that's what that meaning is here. Don't tell her unless she asks, okay? You could also say, you don't need to come to class today unless you have to give me homework. You don't have to come to class today unless you have to give me homework. So that's another example. Now let's look at the final one down here, because here it says, I'm not going unless it stops raining. This one here is used to talk about the future, but notice after the unless, we don't need to say unless it will stop or unless it's going to stop. We don't need to say that. We just need to use stops, which is the present simple form. So you could also use this in terms of talking about the future as well, okay? So I could say, I'm not going to release a video unless this video gets 100 likes, for example. I've never got 100 likes in a video, so I doubt that will happen. So that probably won't happen. I'm still going to release a video very soon. But that's another example. You can say, I'm not going into this shop unless everyone wears a mask. Maybe that's a good one to finish on. Make sure you wear a mask outside because you have to stop COVID-19. It's getting everywhere again. Wear a mask. But anyway, on that note, let's finish today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you learned something new. If you do want to see more, subscribe. It's good for you. It's like an apple a day. A lesson with Matthew a day is going to improve my English. If you are interested in lessons, by the way, with me, you can have private one-on-one lessons with me. Well, then do leave a message in the comments below and I will send you somewhere to go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And remember, if you want to practice this word, if you want to practice using these sentences, leave them in the comments below. It's a great way to practice. One way I learn language, one way I learn new vocabulary or new grammar structures is by practicing them, by writing them out and then repeating them. So why don't you try that right now? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember to keep practicing.